Hey guys, in honor of the 55th anniversary of Sesame Street, a belated 55th anniversary of Sesame Street, we're going to show off Sesame Street Home Media Collection stream, both VHS tapes and DVDs. So, this is going to be a pretty fun stream. For those of you who really love Sesame Street, this is for you. Just getting some stuff because I have a whole lot of Sesame Street stuff, and I'm gonna close the door. And oh, the reason why I'm in a wheelchair is because I have cerebral palsy. I was born with cerebral palsy. Kyle, you can chat in the comments of the stream, because sometimes cerebral palsy. There we go.
Hey, Flicka Love of 2000 returns. How are we doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great. I just we are going to show off Sesame Street Home Media Collection. Both. I have quite a lot of VHS and DVD releases here.
Trust me, it's a lot. I've got a few selected releases on DVD to be exact. I do have the double feature, some Elmo's World stuff on DVDs, some from the regular series.
So we're going to start with, I have 5 VHS tapes and clamshells, and we're going to show some DVD counterparts if I have those titles on DVD as well. So let's get started.
Okay.
To start this all off, although most of the Sesame Street stuff is from Sony Wonder, Genius, and Warner Brothers, there is one DVD that is very, very important to show, as one of the films has just turned about 25 years old, and that is
Oh.
The Adventures of Elmo and Grouchland.
Yep. This is the movie that came out at the time of this current season of Sesame Street. That had to be around
Season 30, because season 30 was rerunning at the time, because it wouldn't be until January 2000 when the 31st season premiered. And although this was released in theaters a couple of months before season 30 premiered, it was actually in production right after production for season 29 wrapped up.
Yeah, I know there's another Sesame Street movie called Follow That Bird, and there's also Big Bird in Japan.
I don't have, but I am planning to get one of those days. Yes. But here's the disc for the original 1999 DVD of The Adventures of Elmo and Grouchland. And speaking of which, next up, the Sing and Play.
And this is what I'll do, Flick. If I don't have anything of Sesame Street to show, I can show you some other cool stuff. Well, both this and other shows relating to Sesame Street were also on PBS Kids.
Anyway, this is the 99 VHS of The Adventures of Elmo and Grouchland Sing and Play. Special bonus includes a bonus episode of Elmo's World, which is all about balls.
Balls is the very first Elmo's World episode ever made.
Yes. And it is 50 minutes long, and I colored the labels. So
I don't do that on my tapes.
This one is pink. I also have the DVD counterpart of this, which
I need to get that on DVD. I have to get that DVD of Sing and Play.
Which I'm going to go get the DVD counterpart right now. And it is almost exactly like the VHS cover. But this is the 2002 DVD version. And for some reason, there is a Warner Home Video Sesame Street sticker placed on the bottom here.
That's strange. I don't know why someone did that.
But this is the Sony Wonder release. Content-wise, it's exactly the same, but in DVD format. And the disc, and we're going to be showing them alphabetically here.
Okay, so I think I'll have to wait to show Sesame Street Old School, because I want to do something really cool. Even though this is the way to start off Sesame Street, is to show off the box set of Old School. Or if you want me to just wait till we get very far into the alphabet, then I'll show Old School.
And you can show off some Elmo's World stuff once we get into E.
Okay, and I do have something also of Elmo, but it's Elmo's Favorite Stories DVD, which I have not watched yet.
You could show that one first before Elmo's World. Now, I have...
So I guess I have to wait on holding off showing Old School. Because that's in the O category. Anyway. And of course, since this... Oh yeah, you show up the VHS, then we'll explain some stuff. Yep, the Alphabet Jungle Game.
Alphabet Jungle Game. It's a 98 VHS.
At least your clamshell...
July 7th of 98.
At least your VHS copy... It's like it's better than my Rusty the Rescue 96 reprint that was in a small clamshell when I got that from Goodwill back in the 2000s.
Yeah.
But at least the artwork's facing the correct way. The back cover is that way, and the front is facing the correct way, too.
Yeah. Here's the label. It's green. And I also have the DVD counterpart.
Yep.
And
I guess since this is Sesame Street related flick, I think we'll do this also. Yeah. I also do know. Yeah. Everyone knows. I know everyone's Sesame Street Muppets laughs. I think a new edition. Basically, I don't know who ever did the two-headed purple monster who always appeared in the Journey to Ernie segments with Big Bird. I've no clue how.
I haven't heard them laughing, but anyway, here's the DVD counterpart of the Jungle Game. This is a 2001 DVD release, but apparently, it still uses the 1997 Children's Television Workshop logo with the semicircle. Not once, but twice. First time it appears, it freezes to the menu. Second time it appears after the previews, like the VHS. In other words, this DVD uses recycled mastering from the 98 VHS. Because the previews and stuff are exactly the same.
Okay, now that you showed the Alphabet Jungle Game, I'll just say this. Why would you each of the Sesame Street Muppets laughs a few at a time, Flicka? Like, since you showed that one with Elmo and Zoe on the front, basically... or...
I think that is supposed to be Zoe. She has that air-sucking laugh.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'll try again. This time, I'll do Elmo. Yeah, you do Zoe's laugh better than me, Flick. I can never try to do it. Her air-sucking laugh, Zoe.
All right. Next up, I have two different VHS copies of...
I don't know if you can show both, but...
Best of Elmo.
Well, at least they're different.
Reprint. Because it was originally released by Random House Home Video back in 1994. And first we'll look at this one. Cover's not really in the greatest of condition, but
probably should throw it away if it's torn like that. Probably gets to be. It's hard to get replacement slipcover for VHS like that.
But
at least like the tape is playing good. That's fine.
Yeah, it does.
Well, at least like the only thing you need to replace is the slipcover. Yeah.
And as you could tell, this was originally from the My Sesame Street Home Video series, because it has Cookie Monster in the My Sesame Street Home Video logo in the label, taking a bite out of the street sign. Over here. It's green. And here's another copy. This one is in better condition.
It's by the there's a little crease on it and wear.
And it's a rare ink label copy.
Well, even though I like ink labels on tapes better.
Yeah, but sticker labels on Sesame Street tapes are more common.
Even though I prefer to get ink labels on Thomas tapes better. Luckily, I'm just not...
That's right. And the same thing happens with both of my copies of the Best of Elmo. They do have the original 1983 Children's Television Workshop logo intact with the regular bells clanging, and it's got the funny My Sesame Street Home Video logo with Cookie Monster taking a bite out of the street sign intact for both of my VHS copies. And I also have the DVD release of it. And
I guess since I'm not quite there yet, Flicka, this is what I was trying to show you from from my side. If I didn't show you, that's fine. I could show you the Steam Engine Stories box set of Thomas. If I didn't show you it, but if I had, that's nice. I don't think I have to show it, but if I didn't show it, I'll show it fast.
Sure, go right ahead.
Okay, Steam Engine Stories. I got this from a Goodwill back in December of last year. Yep, looks cool. It's got some of the... if you're missing some of these TALS releases, it's best to get this box set.
Yeah, but I prefer the classic series over this.
I know. So, best to pass... I think it's a pass on you. And there's also totally Thomas Volume box sets, but let's look at now the DVD release of the Best of Elmo.
Yeah, and this is a 2001 DVD release.
Yeah, some of these Sesame Street DVDs I don't think I'm going to get with it, because I like these ones where it go through seasons, basically. If I was going to try it, though, I could be clever and get the 40 Years of Sunny Days DVD box set from 2009. I mean, that should have gone earlier in the alphabet, the 40 Years of Sunny Days. You know, the number 40, before we got to Adventures of Elmo and Grouchland.
Yes. On the VHS, the My Sesame Street home video logo does have the Calypso theme, and Cookie Monster does not say delicious over the logo. But the DVD plasters those logos with the 2000 Sesame Workshop red roof, purple house logo, and the Sesame Street home video logo from 1996 with the words 1, 2, 3 at the top of the Sesame Street sign on the DVD. Surprised they plastered them for the DVD, even though they kept them for the VHS counterparts.
Yeah, if I was to get something also on DVD, like of Sesame Street, I really, if it's a Sesame Street that doesn't go follow the series, I could just get the holiday releases on DVD and put them in the holiday collection of my home media collection of my shelves. Basically, like saying that the release is Elmo Says Boo or the Christmas holiday double feature, which we'll get to later.
And here's one that is exclusive to VHS only. It never got a DVD release, but it is the Best of Kermit on Sesame Street.
This is 30th anniversary.
Yes, because Sesame Street celebrated its 30th anniversary by 1998, even though Sesame Street premiered in 1969, which is kind of incorrect.
Well, at least like with Thomas, when they got it right for the UK and US, that's when they did a correct anniversary.
And this is basically... this is one of my absolute favorite Sesame Street videos that I keep coming back to because it honors Kermit, who rarely appears on Sesame Street. He's mainly a Muppet Show character.
Yeah, and I know we probably can't show the Muppets Take Manhattan flick, even though those Sesame Street characters do appear at the wedding scene at the end of Muppets Take Manhattan. I think we're going to leave it out for this collection.
Yeah, and... yes, for the reprint of the Best of Elmo, they also plastered those logos over. That's correct. Here is the label. And it's a shame it never got a DVD release, but in my opinion, I think it should have gotten a DVD release. But cool thing about this is it does use the Play It Smart variant of the CTW semicircle logo that is also shown on the first 6 Dragon Tales VHS releases, as well as the DVD of Adventures in Dragonland. And the Adventures of Elmo and Grouchland Sing and Play 1999 VHS also contains it. Now we get into a Sesame Street DVD release from Warner Home Video. And that is the Best Pet in the World, a 2010 DVD release, part of the TV Favorites collection. This is basically a DVD version of the season 35 episode 4058.
Yeah, I know this has Elmo's World, and maybe this has Trash Gordon reading at the end.
Yes, it does. It does. Because
I have to give.
beginning in season 35, they included Trash Gordon segments. It also includes the bath time episode of Elmo's World on here.
Yeah, bath time episode. Even though we have the release, Family's Mail and bath time release. Or I guess it's good to have it on DVD twice because the episodic release of this DVD version of this episode on the television version. Maybe I should get this DVD one of these days.
Yeah.
Well, I'll hunt it down because I know I remember watching this one with the Elmo's World bath time episode at the premiering at the end.
And yeah, next up, I have a couple of releases that have Big Bird's name in the title.
Some people say they like Big Bird from Sesame Street.
The first one being Big Bird Gets Lost. As part of the Kids Guide to Life series, this is one of the last videos in the Kids Guide to Life series, and the only one released in 1998 in the Kids Guide to Life series, because the previous two were released in 96 and 97, respectively. It also has the 30th anniversary logo on the back, apparently.
I don't know why they did that.
Even though it came out on February 3rd, 1998, and the show premiered on November 10th, 1969.
Yeah.
And the weird thing about this is that the cover and the label show different CTW logos. It's got the 97 semicircle logo on the back cover, but on the sticker label, it shows the 1983 logo. But I checked this tape. It opens with the 1997 Children's Television Workshop semicircle logo without the word "Play It Smart," just like with the Alphabet Jungle game and the Great Members game. Apparently, there were some screener VHS copies that featured the 83 CTW logo at the beginning, but screener copies are very rare.
Yeah, I don't get screener copies of VHSs or DVDs. Though there are some two Thomas releases from the hit era Flicka that did get screener DVDs, which were Tossasaur Celebration and Songs from the Station. Those got DVD screeners in 2005. And apparently 2 releases from 2007 also got that treatment, which were Toy Workshop and Ultimate Christmas.
Here is Big Bird Sings. This is the very first Sesame Street VHS from Sony Wonder, and it's a 1995 VHS release. And this is not part of the Sesame Songs Home Video series. However, the Sesame Songs Home Video logo appears at the beginning of the tape after the 83 CTW logo. And this is the only Sony Wonder tape that I know of that has the prototype version of the 95 Sony Wonder logo with the instrument sounding more quiet. And Yes, the electronic sounds is used on this VHS, as well as the screener VHS of Big Bird Gets Lost, while the official VHS of Big Bird Gets Lost uses the semicircle logo on it. So,
yeah. Oh, and also this. Make sure you keep this in mind, Flicka. I'm doing 2 different streams next week on Monday and Friday. Like basically on Monday on the 25th at 6:45 p.m. I'm doing another chat stream, but just simple chatting. We can show anything. And Friday I'm doing a hangout stream the day after Thanksgiving on the 29th at 7:15 p.m. a hangout stream on Friday the 29th at 7:15 p.m.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, if you can join the, it'd be cool if you could join those. If you get a chance, but if you can't, that's fine. That's fine.
All right, I will try. To see.
Okay, because luckily I'm explaining. But anyway,
here's one more release with Big Bird's title in it, Big Bird's Wish. This is a DVD version of season 37, episode 4119.
I don't know if this has the line where the guy says to Big Bird the reference of Dragon Tales in this DVD.
Yes, it does. It does.
I have to get this. I'm gonna hunt this DVD down. There are so many Sesame Street DVDs I want to hunt down with TV episodes. I am definitely gonna hunt this DVD down for sure. Maybe I'll ask for it for Christmas, maybe, or if not, I'll just wait till Christmas is over and then I'll look for it.
And
I just don't know the name of the Muppet who says to Big Bird the reference from Dragon Tales.
It's like a fairy god Muppet.
A fairy god Muppet, kind of like saying fairy godmother, but it's a fairy god Muppet.
Yeah. It contains the Firefighters episode of Elmo's World on here.
That's cool one.
It's also on the DVD of Elmo Visits the Firehouse, which I also have, but it's a Sony Wonder release.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm also thinking of another thing, Flicka. What if they came up with something in Dragon Tales? Well, that's also Sony, because it's also Sony, just like Sesame Street is. What if we made that? I don't know if we could do a version where Spike gets detention. There's no such thing as them saying you'll have to spend detention in my school, in Ketzel's school. I don't know. We've never ever come up with that where any of the dragons or kids get detention in the school in the sky.
Nope, we didn't.
All we got was just a bully one, or
and one where it teaches lesson about not hitting anyone.
Yeah, but I would. Well, one of these days we'll try it. Just not right now, of course. I'm just explaining stuff normally because this is a long Sesame Street collection. I was just explaining, but anyway.
Here is the 94 VHS, the original 94 Random House VHS of Sesame Street Celebrates Around the World. There's also a 1996 Sony Wonder VHS and a 2004 DVD, but right now I'm just going to keep the 94 VHS.
I mean, I don't know what's the difference between the 96 or the 2004 DVD at all.
Some of the previews are updated on the 96 VHS, and the 96 VHS is from Sony Wonder, because in 96, Sony Wonder really reprinted multiple Random House titles that were originally released between 1986 and 1994. Yes, Jeremy Button, you're correct about some copies of Big Bird Sings having no Sony Wonder FBI warning at all. Mine does have the Sony Wonder FBI warning at the beginning. But back to Sesame Street Celebrates Around the World, and this actually aired on TV in December of 1993 under the title Sesame Street Stays Up Late, and it got a VHS release on August 30th of 1994. Whereas The Best of Elmo came out 13 days earlier on August 17th of 1994.
Yeah, another thing I would do, look, I would never ever spray paint my VHS tapes because it'll get it messed up. Don't ever spray paint a VHS tape. That's a bad idea.
Yeah. Luckily, I don't spray paint them. I just colored them
with a crayon or a marker or something.
Yeah. Well, at least it's better than spray painting, but
well, if I wait, let's look at that tape. Celebrates
a yellow
sticker
label.
I like that, but something I wanted to do really cool if I got the red tape of Tenors and Turntables, the original 1990 red tape of Tenors and Turntables flick is I want to color the label in yellow because it would be so cool. Because it'd be blend with a red and yellow on the red tape of Tenors and Turntables, but the sticker I colored in yellow because the cover is yellow on Tenors and Turntables. Anyway. And the similar thing with Thomas Breaks the Rules because the cover is green, but the tape is red.
And if you were to get Better Late Than Never, maybe color it a bright purple.
I think bright purple, because if you do it darkish purple, you can't even see a thing.
All right.
But like I said, no spray painting. By the way, I think we're done with Sesame Street celebrates around the world.
This Sesame Street VHS is one of them where the music sounds more synthesized in the Random House Home Video logo, but it cuts short. It fades out earlier, and then after that, we get the 1983 CTW Sparks logo with the bells clinging to them, just like on the VHS of the Best of Elmo here. And that was Sesame Street Celebrates Around the World. Next up, I have a Sesame Street parody of Cinderella on VHS.
It's going to be called Cinder. Yeah.
And that parody is none other than CinderElmo.
Even though I think they use a different character to be Cinderella, and Max is no, Elmo's the prince.
Well, it's kind of funny because Elmo's a male character, but he was called CinderElmo. And he was chosen to be. It's like Elmo being Cinderella. Although it could have been better if it was like maybe Cinder Zoe would have made more sense.
Yeah.
And this came out on Leap Day 2000 on both VHS and DVD.
Yep, on the same day that an extremely goofy movie released on both VHS and DVD, and when Thomas, Bills, and Chills released on VHS alone.
Yes. And 4 weeks after the first Elmo's World VHS was released, which was Dancing, Music, and Books.
Yeah, or the release simply called Elmo's World, which I would like to get that box set of all the original Elmo's World DVD releases eventually soon.
And tape labels blue.
Yeah, I think that's marker you use, not.
Yes, it is marker. All of them
Okay.
are marker, not spray paint. This is one of those two releases where the Sesame Street home video logo comes after the Sony Wonder logo, but before the Children's Television Workshop semicircle logo. The other one being Elmo's World, Babies, Dogs, and More.
Which I know that the other episode besides the Babies and Dogs on Babies, Dogs, and More is the Life on the Farm.
Yep, that's right.
Even though it says More, the third one is called Life on the Farm. Yeah, I like how they changed the baby and the dog on the cover of Babies, Dogs, and More. Like, whereas I think they changed the real life dog on the front and the back cover of the Babies, Dogs, and More VHS and DVD. Like, I think on the front cover, the dog on the front cover looks like it looks almost like a golden retriever, but it's some other breed.
This one is technically a seed title, but this is the Random House VHS of Christmas Eve on Sesame Street from 1987.
I think it got a first VHS before that, or is that the first VHS of Christmas Eve on Sesame Street?
That is the first VHS of Christmas Eve on Sesame Street that I've ever gotten, and it's the first release of it from Random House. I do have the double feature. If you just want me to hold off and we can wait till we get to the other ones. You know what? Excuse me. Or I'll just hold off. I'll just put it right here if it's not time for me to show it yet. The holiday double feature I got from Half Price Books back in last year. Well, I'm allowing you to show it here because Christmas Eve on Sesame Street is included.
Well, this one also has a different one called Elmo's Christmas Countdown. Luckily, I showed this one earlier on unlike in the Warner Brothers one, I had to wait till we got to the S titles, but luckily I could show this as early as I can. I'm probably just going to get these on DVD separately. I have this double feature in my my Christmas portion of my home media collection. But I know this special was during a specific season of Sesame Street, Christmas Eve on Sesame Street.
Yep.
I think it would have to have been around the earlier portion of Sesame Street around.
And you're not going to believe what appears after the Random House Home Video logo on this tape. It's not the 1983 CTW logo. No, it's the original 1978 Children's Television Workshop logo that is also used on original PBS broadcasts of Christmas Eve on Sesame Street when it first aired in December of 1978. So that's a fun little Easter egg for you.
Yeah, that font on the label is also used when you start up the 1996 PC game of Sesame Street's Get Set to Learn. That's the way it's spelt like that, but they use the little star thing too. Yeah, you can see like the logo, but they add the little star once you start up the 1996 PC game Get Set to Learn.
It also appears on other Sesame Street games like Sesame Street Letters and Sesame Street Numbers.
Yeah, like those PC games of Sesame Street, but
on VHS releases, the font is not white, it's blue.
Yeah, they changed the color.
And yeah, that's the 83 logo is only shown on the packaging, but the 78 logo appears at the beginning of the tape. So that's a pretty special surprise here. And it comes after the Random House Home Video logo. Yep. And here's a release.
Yeah.
Here's the only other release from 1995 that I've gotten, Cookie Monster's Best Bites. Here it is. And this release is not part of the My Sesame Street home video series, but it does use the 1986 My Sesame Street home video logo with Cookie Monster taking a bite out of the street sign, which makes sense because it is about Cookie Monster.
Yep, and his famous cookie.
And unlike the Best of Elmo, it does have the harmonica street scene theme in the My Sesame Street home video logo, and Cookie Monster does say delicious in the logo. And I checked my copy of Cookie Monster's Best Bites. It has the FBI warning screen at the beginning, even though some have it at the end, like you mentioned. And purple labeled. Once again, it's just marker. But
okay, now I'll bring up. Since I'm waiting a few minutes, Flicka. Now I'll do the. Now both of us can take turns doing Bert and Ernie's impressions. Yep.
Ernie, pick up this mess.
Or no, I was talking about their. Yeah, I know their impressions. I was thinking of their laughs. Yeah. Yeah. I would like the impression when Bert says, I've been waiting here.
All right. Of course it was me. I have been waiting out there knocking and with my knuckles getting sore. What are you doing? Here is the Cookie Thief 2016 Warner Brothers DVD release.
Think this is a DVD version of a full-length episode.
Well, it has a full-length episode in one of the bonus features.
Oh,
it's a direct-to-video release.
So, well, the bonus episode in there would have to be like
It's the full-length Cookie Hood episode, season 34, episode 4033.
Now I'm gonna have to hunt this DVD down because it's got like the Cookie Thief because of a bonus episode in this.
And it contains the food episode of Elmo's World, obviously, as the Elmo's World segment for.
Well, that's the appropriate choice. Good things. I think
Hood episode, and
I should say. Yep.
Contains another bonus feature, which is the drawing episode of Elmo's World, because it's about Cookie Monster being accused of taking a cookie painting in the main direct-to-video, The Cookie Thief.
Yeah, in the main feature, like I think it's just the main feature is basically like different compared to the bonus full episode.
And
also, I know another thing. I do know there's the one episode of Sesame Street where, yes, I know the scene where Elmo and Zoe are fighting, but then Gordon asks what they can do to figure out the story together. Or like the one where it says, "Waiter, will you hurry up and get my food?"
Well, that's an impression of Mr. Johnson.
Or AK. Yeah, basically, waiter.
All right. There's a scene. It's like, "Waiter, will you hurry up and get my food?"
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, let's look at these
Here's
DVDs.
The next one. I meant to show this earlier, but this does technically count as a C title as well. So if you were to count this as a C title, then this would be the next release. 1, 2, 3, count with me.
If that was earlier, we could have shown that before 40 Years of Sunny Days, but none of us have that box set. Like, but Jake Martin does. He has the 40 Years of Sunny Days DVD box set.
This is a 1999 DVD. One of the earliest Sesame Street DVDs to ever put out. The first ever release of Sesame Street on DVD was the 97 DVD of A Musical Celebration, which I have that, and a 96 VHS.
I still need to get Musical Celebration. Maybe that's a Sesame Street release I'll get on as my first Sesame Street VHS. Musical Celebration, because like I said, that special takes place during a specific timeline of the seasons.
Yeah, and the weird thing about this is that the semicircle logo is shown on the packaging and on the disc art, but when you put the DVD into the player, after you push the play button, after we get through the FBI warning and the Sony Wonder logos, the 1983 Children's Television Workshop logo from the 1997 VHS is intact. But there are no previews on the DVD, unlike the VHS. And it's got the electronic synth sounds in the logo, in case you were wondering which variant was used. Now we have Do the Alphabet.
Yeah, I think that's the first D title we're getting into is Do the Alphabet.
And the only D title that I have.
That means we're getting closer to the Elmo. The Eats means, we're starting with Elmo stuff.
Here is it's another DVD from 1999. The VHS was originally released in 1996. And
yeah, I think it's appropriate to put this on DVD towards the end of the 90s.
And this is another DVD where the semicircle logo was shown on the packaging and on the disc art, but the DVD itself contains the 1983 CTW Sparks logo at the beginning after the Sony Wonder logo. The only difference is that this DVD uses the bells clanging which is not on the 96 VHS, as the 96 VHS uses the electronic synth sounds and the shortened version of the My Sesame Street home video logo, where it starts at Cookie Monster taking a bite out of the street sign. But on the 99 DVD, it has the 96 Sesame Street home video logo, where the Muppets are building things in the 96 Sesame Street home video logo. This is the most common Sesame Street home video logo shown for Sony Wonder's Sesame Street releases. And that was Do the Alphabet. Now
to e-titles.
We have 4 e-titles that come before Elmo's World, or 5 technically, because Movie&GameLover98 has an extra one to show right after Elmo says boo, but
Elmo, does that mean we have to do Elmo says boo before Elmo's favorite? Because I think we have to do just Elmo without the apostrophe, then we do the one with Elmo with the apostrophe S.
Yes.
Okay, so I think I have to, at least I can know to pull up Elmo's favorite stories after that. So I'll just put it right by me, so I remember to grab it.
Yes. Here is Elmo Sized, a 1996 VHS.
I think the DVD counterpart came out later than that.
And the DVD came out in 2002.
That's a 6-year gap. Couldn't they just done that in 97 or 8? I don't know why Sony Wonder didn't think of that.
Well, yeah, but at least the DVD does contain the same packaging artwork as the VHS.
Well, I mean, I don't know if the DVD counterpart is the same as this, plays the same way as this, honestly.
The content is the same, but the DVDs, because they're from the early 2000s, they have the Sesame Workshop logo, as CTW was already defunct by then. But here is... It guest stars Cindy Lauper.
Cyndi Lauper.
And tape, and this copy is printed on the 312th day of 2000, so this is a reprint. But even though it is a reprint, I have checked this DVD before. It does have the 1983 Children's Television Workshop Sparks and My Sesame Street Home Video shortened logos completely intact. They're not plastered. And obviously, with the electronic synth sounds is the most common version.
Okay. Of course, now I'll say this, Flick. I've tried to think of a date you and I could show our home media collection stream, your home media collection stream on your side with Anchor Bay releases. I mean, I'm not sure we could do it before Christmas or after Christmas, since I'm taking a break after November. We could do it after Christmas in December. You could do it before Christmas this December, or we could do it after the New Year has passed by, or whichever.
We'll think of something. I might do it after Christmas.
Okay, so we could do it we could basically do it the Friday after Christmas, since I know this year Christmas Day is on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
So I think we could do it the Friday after Christmas, or we could do it we could try that after Christmas, the Anchor Bay Home Media Collection stream. Since I know you got some Anchor Bay stuff on home media.
Anyway, now I have both the VHS and DVD versions of Elmo Palooza. First, we'll start with the VHS. The VHS is from 1998, released on April 14th. And this was released to honor the 30th anniversary of Sesame Street as well, just like the Best of Kermit on Sesame Street. Running time says 50 minutes. However, there are some copies of the VHS that have the running time read 55 minutes instead.
That was strange, but anyway.
But red sticker label. And just like the Alphabet Jungle game, the Sony Wonder logo is cut short and it fades out earlier. And then we go abruptly to the CTW semicircle logo with the words, without the words, play it smart at the bottom. And now we get into the DVD, which is also a 1998 DVD, but it was released on June 3rd of that year.
Yep, June 3rd. I would have been born eventually after that. I don't know why Sony Wonder didn't release this on the same day as the VHS.
Well, it's just a couple of month gaps, so it's not really a big deal, because at least it came out on DVD in the same year.
Or unlike with Dragon Tales ones, they remember to put it on the same time as the VHS.
And here is the disc. And the DVD also uses the shortened Sony Wonder and 1997 CTW semicircle logos intact from the VHS. And we have two more releases on VHS that has Elmo's name without the apostrophe. And one of them is a 1996 VHS of Elmo Saves Christmas.
Oh yeah, that one. I do not have that yet, but I'll think about it getting that. But I do know in Elmo Palooza, Elmo does burst out crying in one scene, and I think this one where Big Bird does burst out crying in one.
Elmo doesn't really cry in that one, but I know Big Bird does, and Maria
Yeah, I'm talking about
does shortly after. It's a 1996 VHS, and it came out on September 3rd, 1996, even though they could have put it out in December instead.
Just like they always put, I don't know why that People Quality Family Entertainment put the Toss's Christmas Party and Other Favorite Stories VHS in September of 1994 instead of doing it
in December.
Yeah. They could have just done a monthly gap, like right in between, like those other ones. But anyway, there's Elmo Saves Christmas, the VHS, and there's also
a label.
This also got. I know this got a DVD counterpart as well.
Yeah, it came out on DVD in 1997. Just a year after.
Okay, so the DVD came out a year.
There have existed extremely rare Sesame Workshop reprints of Elmo Saves Christmas, but they are extremely rare to find.
Yeah, like I know, like if I ever gotten like the reprint of Toss's Christmas Party and Other Favorite Stories on VHS, because I actually want to do this since you're showing Elmo Saves Christmas flick. I'm doing getting the reprint of Toss's Christmas Party from '96, and another variant of Toss's Christmas Wonderland where the cover's not metallic-y red, but it has a standard black tape.
Yeah. To answer your question, Jeremy Barton, my copy of Elmo Palooza has the late 1997 promo, just like other 98 releases, and it has previews shown at the end. And there are 3 different copies of Elmo Saves Christmas. One of them is an original 96 print. One of them is a 1997 reprint that came out on the same day as the DVD, and another is a 98 reprint that came out at the same time Elmo Says Boo was reprinted, and at the same time The Best of Kermit on Sesame Street came out. Mine is that original 96 print. And speaking of Elmo Says Boo, that's the next tape I'm going to show you right here.
That's a release I'm probably just going to add to my Halloween section of my physical media collection. Well, luckily I know where I'm putting it. If I get some of these kid shows on VHS, Flickr, or that VHS you're showing of Elmo Says Boo right now. It's appropriate to put Count Von Count in there too.
Yes, because he is like a Muppet vampire, and this aired on TV just a day before Halloween in 1997, and it was released on VHS on July 8th of 1997. I already answered your question. My copy of Elmo Palooza has the 1997 promo. So, yes. And my copy of Elmo Says Boo is the original 1997 print.
I don't think this got reprinted on VHS.
It did in 1998.
Just a year. Well, the VHS you're holding is from 90.
The Sesame Workshop reprint in the early 2000s. And
yeah, I'm trying to think of also when we do a fan made, one of the Dragon Tales kids or Maiden Dragons gets detention, Flicka. Like, I don't know which one of the dragons or which one could get detention. Either Emmy or Max could get detention, and either Zach or Wheezy could get detention, or well, I think I'm coming up with a good one, because you know how Max kept getting away with his anger. Maybe he should pretend he gets detention, and one of his dragon friends also he had to spend his detention with.
Yeah. And
yes, of course. Oh yeah. I think we're still showing another. I think it's the same release, but now on Wait, it's not. Oh no, so you don't have Elmo Says Boo DVD version.
Nope. So
okay.
Show off your Elmo's
favorite stories, released on 2016, and the same year that Cookie Thief DVD came out. Or I think this DVD came out after the Cookie Thief came out.
Is it like a 2016 DVD or something?
It's 2016, but Cookie Thief released on March 1st, 2016. Well, I haven't watched this yet. I have to give this a try. At least I could show it, because I mean it's got Elmo in the title. Oh,
that
here we go.
Martin, I cannot tell you for sure, because I have not seen any videos of a Sesame Workshop reprint opening of Elmo Saves Christmas at all. No wonder why it's very rare, but...
Wait, here's the disc for Elmo's Favorite Stories. It has the same pose of Elmo and Abby Cadavi just like on the front poster art.
I have 3 different VHS copies and 1 DVD copy of the first Elmo's World volume, simply called Elmo's World.
Let me see if I can list these all ABC order my Elmo's World releases.
Here's 1 copy, which I had, but one problem.
I think I see the problem. Look at the film.
Broken.
like the film strip is intact, but I think it just. This is why you shouldn't touch film strips on. Oh, the lid, bro.
The
Wait, the lid
is
missing.
broken.
Oh, but the film strip is still intact and it still works.
I have not popped this tape in after the
lid. I think it's best to wait till you get another lid but trying to replace lids on VHS tapes is going to be hard for because you're going to mess up the whole reels.
Thankfully, I have another copy of the CTW print of Dancing Music and Books right here.
Or simply called Elmo's World, but it's got the Dancing Music and Books, yes.
And it's in much better condition. And this one works. The lid is intact, and
I know because the green that you colored that green because I know that's the better one that works.
And it is printed on the 61st day of 2000, so it's like a reprint from like I'm gonna say it's a reprint from like March of 2000, even though it came out in February of that year, but it opens exactly the same as the original 2000 VHS. And because it does have the CTW semicircle logo after the Sony Wonder logo on here, now I'm going to show you the Sesame Workshop reprint.
Okay, I think I have all my Elmo's World DVDs I've listed by alphabetical order, thankfully. I know you don't have the 4 VHS pack of that and the other 3. Well, I mean, I think you still have them, yes, but you still have the box for them.
And label printed on the 29th week of 2001. And it has the same opening, but the only difference is it's got the Sesame Workshop logo, plastering the CTW logo, and it has the words 1, 2, 3 at the top of the Sesame Street sign before the Elmo's World theme starts, and it's the original season 1 intro and theme. And now we have the DVD from 2001. Disc is clear.
Boring artwork. I wish they could just put actual artwork. Unlike later ones, they put actual artwork on their discs for DVDs of Elmo's World.
Beginning in like the summer of, beginning in 2004.
Yeah. Anyway, I think
it plays like the original 2000 VHS. But weirdly enough, despite having the Sesame Workshop logo at the beginning before the menu, the Sesame Street logo still says CTW at the top of the sign. And next up, I have 2 different VHS copies of Elmo's World, Babies, Dogs, and More.
Oh, I have to show All About Faces.
All About Faces first. So
the 2009 DVD release. I didn't know I guess Sony Wonder had to show some stuff to show parts of body to kids, so I guess they made this DVD.
Actually, Sony Wonder stopped releasing Sesame Street releases beginning in 2007 when Genius Products took over.
Oh, so I think this one is made by Genius Products in 2009. Yep. And someone had an extra label because I don't know who put the label on this, and I can't get it off. What is this BS? I'd probably have to get another copy, or because look at this. I think someone got this as a rental. Could tell this was from a different public library, not the one in my state. Like I think this is from a different public library because you can tell there's another label that put on the disc. I think someone was definitely getting rid of this from their library. But anyway, All About Faces with a funny face. Elmo has lips and Pinocchio Elmo.
Well, but the actual titles of these are I believe they are eyes, mouths, and noses.
Eyes, mouth, nose. Yep. Even though it has these subtitles about to learn about eyes, lips, or mouth or nose. But Pinocchio Elmo's is a play on the word Pinocchio.
Anyway,
Now you can show that Baby's Dogs and More one.
I have 2 different VHS copies. First one is an original CTW print.
Yep, I mentioned like that's cool with the babies and the dog having similar style. And that one has a toddler baby on the back, whereas the dog, I think that's a Muppet dog, or is that
Yes,
they
it
changed
is.
I thought that was a different real life dog. They changed the color.
It's a puppet dog.
Oh, okay, I thought that. I think they changed it. Well, it's the same way as the DVD version.
But Life on the Farm is Elmo and a chicken.
Yeah, because they could different farm animals. A lot of people say they don't really care for Elmo's World that much. They just prefer the original.
Enjoy it.
Yeah, like every time, like after they do the Dorothy wants to ask someone else with Elmo. Now the Elmo will ask the baby portion. Those are the cutest scenes I remember. Cause
print date is the 92nd day of 2000.
And
so it was printed in late March 2000, even though it came out in May. So this is another that has the Sesame Street home video logo come before the CTW semicircle logo without the words "Play It Smart at Quantum." And now I have the reprint, the Sesame Workshop reprint.
Yeah. And eventually, flick up this Elmo's World I have is a 2018 DVD called Elmo Explores, but that's an e-title. But if you have something that comes before that, I'll wait. I'll wait a sec.
I have a couple of things that come before it. I will have to look and see which ones I have, because I also have the DVD counterpart of this. And
oh yeah, I definitely want to get these on DVD for sure.
This is printed on the 123rd day of 2001.
These have gotten reprints.
The way you could tell apart from the CTW prints and the Sesame Workshop reprints is that the original CTW prints either contain the 83 or 97 CTW logos, depending on what year those Sesame Street tapes were released, whereas the Sesame Workshop, and they have the word CTW on top of the Sesame Street sign and the Sesame Street home video logo, whereas the reprints would plaster them with the Sesame Workshop logo and would have the words 1, 2, 3 added at the top. And now I have the DVD counterpart.
Yep, looks the same. It's just a different version. Well, has different logos.
It's a 2002 DVD release, but it says the year that it originally came out on VHS. It doesn't say the year that it came out on DVD. Another clear disc.
At least they changed the color font. I'm kind of happy about that.
The DVD pretty much opens the same way as the Sesame Workshop reprint, except after the Sesame Workshop logo, we go right to the menu. Whereas on the VHS tapes, they have previews shown afterwards. But it does contain the 1999 Sesame Street magazine promo at the end. All right. I have a. Here is the 2001 VHS of Elmo's World Birthdays, Games, and More.
I don't have that release yet. I want to get that soon.
Released on May 15th, 2001. It contains the episode's birthdays, games, and pets.
Yeah, even though pets, we can watch in the pets release itself on DVD.
I don't have the DVD of pets, but I have the VHS.
I mean, well, the VHS came earlier than the DVD. The pets, well, I'll just say the pets DVD came out in 2006.
And the VHS also came out in 2006, which is rare.
Well, I'm not getting that or the Reach for the Sky VHS is from 2006.
Tape, and it's printed on the 42nd week of 2001. So it's a reprint from late 2001. And all right.
Okay.
You could show off Elmo Explorers next.
Yep.
Because
I know this is I know this is probably a different version of Elmo's World in a way. Because this one has seasons.
People, especially, I don't like the 2017
I should have not picked out this DVD. Sorry if I'm showing this.
But it does contain classic Elmo's World episodes with the original furniture as bonus features, which is a plus.
Yeah, they have the episode, the classic ones, music, pets, and drawing. I can't believe this is the third time I'm going to have pets on DVD. Is this Elmo's World, Elmo Explore DVD. But this says it learns all about these things. This is like a long 2 hour long of a DVD to watch. Trust me. With the anyway, yeah, and of course has the Chester Hotel 2 episodes of that. All right, wait, yeah, this is a 2018 DVD release, and I know you said the 2017 is when Elmo's World got rebooted.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that this fish is now painted instead of using an actual fish of his goldfish Dorothy.
Yeah. And next up, I have a title that I have on both VHS and DVD, but first I'm going to show off the VHS.
Okay, luckily I don't. I have a while till I show Opposites 2008 DVD Flicka, so you can show off the next release.
All right. Next up, Elmo has 2 hands, ears, and feet.
This one shows different parts of the body when I showed all about faces earlier.
This one contains hands, ears, and feet.
That's a different one from All About Faces. I mean, I should probably get this one on DVD soon. Yeah, and I apologize for showing a reboot of Elmo's World on DVD Flicka, but at least it has classic stuff.
That's okay.
But at least the one I showed has classic stuff in there, so I guess that's a plus.
Yes.
I guess it's worth getting that DVD just to try out the classic ones, but even if you have them on DVDs already. Anyway, let's keep looking. Let's just keep looking at this. Yeah.
I already have music on DVD already, so
under the release of the dance.
Under the simple release, Dancing Music and Books, so
yeah. I mean, I guess it's fine. I mean, I will get the simple Elmo's World DVD soon in the VHS, but anyway. There's the tape for it. Got orange.
Date is the 14th week of 2004, and this came out on January 27th of that year. But at the tape it says 2003 instead of 2004.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know you're still haven't found that rare Songs from Singing Springs 2002 VHS of Dragon Tales Flicka. It's rare. Good luck finding that. Even though I know a lot of people say they don't really need the Songs from Singing Springs VHS because it's got like songs you can listen to in other sing-along releases. Well, that's what I'm talking about. If you don't want to get songs from Singing Springs VHS, because it's got songs you can listen to in other sing-along releases of Dragon Tales.
Here is the DVD version.
Looks the same. Yep, we all know it's the same. Released on the same time.
And obviously the same episodes. This is the last. I think this is the last Elmo's World release with a clear disc.
Yeah, I noticed that was in a Blockbuster rental case.
It's also colored blue, like the DVD of A Great Outdoors. The clear disc has blue in it.
Yeah, like I said, I noticed yours was in a Blockbuster rental case, because even though there's one Blockbuster still open somewhere in the U.S., Flicka, once I won't give out the state, but one hint I'll tell you, it starts with the letter O. There's one Blockbuster still open, for some reason still open in that state in the United States.
Yep.
And I was like, oh my god, that means Blockbuster isn't truly dead, even though all the other states didn't do really well with their Blockbuster rental stores, but one state for some reason still did. But I know you haven't watched the
Opposites. I also have it on DVD.
Okay, so I know I know. But didn't mean to pull it up. My bad. But I'm surprised I think when we get to that flick, I think since both of us have the same Sesame Street releases, I don't think we both have to show the same thing because both our copies are the same.
And all right. Next up is another title that I have on both VHS and DVD, and it's another 2004 Elmo's World release, and it's Families, Mail, and Bath Time.
Yep, I mentioned the Bath Time episode can be found in that DVD you showed way earlier on.
It was released on June 8th, 2004. It contains the same episodes that were mentioned on the front.
I'd love to watch the male episode of Elmo's World, because I did remember having the Tom Hanks Warner Brothers movie You Got Mail on DVD before.
And some early Elmo's World titles have the computer saying, "You've got mail. You've got mail."
Or as in later ones, they just say Elmo has mail. I think in the mail one, they say Elmo has mail.
Yeah. Anyway, label. My copy is a reprint from January 13th, 2006, even though it's a 2004 VHS. However, I checked the tape. It plays like the original 2004 release.
And also, I think another thing, Flicka, another Fan Made Dragon Tales thing I'm thinking of, what if they also did a sleepover at Ord's house, but just like they always did the sleepover at Zack and Wheezy's in the original version of the big sleepover of Dragon Tales, but this time we did the sleepover at Ord's. Well, we'll think of that, how to do that eventually soon.
And here is the DVD counterpart from Sony Wonder. Same episodes. Disc, which is colored this time. It's not clear anymore.
But I know there's no characters on the disc, but at least it's better than those clear ones. They have actual colored artwork.
Yes.
I prefer those over the clear discs any day.
Yes. Now, this next Elmo's World title I only have on VHS, even though DVD versions do exist. And it is one of the two Elmo's World tapes that I have that have the prototype version of the Sesame Workshop logo with the green root and blue house with the Reppy Sim chime tune, and that is Elmo's World Flowers, Bananas, and More. 2000 VHS.
Which also has the different one besides flowers, bananas. It also has
Hair.
Yeah. I know.
Flowers, Bananas, and Hair are the episodes here.
Yep, I think some of these, they just used Bill Irwin to play the original Mr. Noodle.
One of the episodes on this tape has Bill Irwin play as Mr. Noodle. The other two have Michael Jeter as Mr. Noodle's brother, Mr. Noodle.
Even though I wish that they could have just called him they're both called Mr. Noodle in a way. Well,
but the only episode that Bill Irwin appears in is Bananas on here, whereas Flowers and Hair have Michael Cheater.
yeah, I think in the well, anyway, let's look at the tape first. I'll explain some more stuff. But anyway, there it is.
There is no print date there.
That's a shame. Usually they do put week and year codes on their lids. Yeah, you said just Bill Irwin appears in the Bananas episode on that tape.
Yes.
And yeah, and I know this. I don't know what he does in the Bananas one, to be honest. Mr. Noodle played by Bill.
He tries to use a banana as a phone at the beginning.
But then, of course, the kids say, "No, Mr. Noodle, that's not how you use a banana."
Yep. Don't use it as a phone.
But of course, like during the jingle, like when they do the finale to wrap up the Elmo's World segment, Mr. Noodle's still doing something hilarious during the jingle to end off Elmo's World. I think Mr. Noodle is still. I don't know what he does when his set time is over. I'm trying to think if he is just going all crazy, and I don't know. But anyway, let's look at the next one. I think this one's about food and water and exercising. Yep, we got food, water, and exercise.
Yeah, it's the 2005 VHS. I also have a DVD counterpart of this from Sony Wonder as well.
This one teaches kids about eating healthy. This Elmo's World,
keeping hydrated and exercising. It's basically a health themed Elmo's World.
This is more meant for my health theme collection. If I got this VHS or DVD. Well, it doesn't matter because the DVD is the same thing.
And here's the tape, which is printed on the 13th week of 2005, even though this is, which means it was printed at some point in early April, even though it was released in May of that year.
Yep, I think I think in all these three, I don't know if you have. I think in all these three, it's definitely Bill Irwin, just Bill Irwin, or I think Michael Jeter might appear in some of these, maybe.
Michael Jeter only appears in the last episode, Exercise. The other two are from the very first season with the rather pale design of Elmo's World. Food and Water are from the first season, just like the episodes Dancing, Music, and Books are, and Balls is another first season episode.
Oh, yeah, and I do know, like, I think the kids say to Mr. Noodle, how do you have your food?
Or, yeah.
And I think, like, Mr. Noodle does something silly, he plays with his food.
Here is the DVD counterpart.
Definitely want to get this for my collection. A lot of Sesame Street plus Elmo's World stuff I'm on the hunt for. Well, I'm not sure if I'll get them all because kind of like this flick, I'm going to say this. My very first Sesame Street VHS I'm probably going to get is Musical Celebration, while Dragon Tales We Can Work It Out is going to be my first VHS of Dragon Tales.
And this is another color disc. This one is green.
Look, I like that it's a palish green, in my personal opinion. Or I think in the water episode when Mr. Noodle did something silly. And then the kid said, no, that's not how you'd have water, Mr. Noodle. I think that's what they say. Like, basically say, no, Mr. Noodle, that's not how you have water.
Here's another one. But this one I only have on VHS, even though DVD versions do exist. But this is The Great Outdoors.
Yep, I think that was the one I remember seeing at work. But I don't think I picked it up because unfortunately it was a Warner Brothers reprint on DVD. Or I think it was a different one. I've lost track, but
you told me there was like a 2006 DVD reprint from Sony Wonder, apparently.
Yeah, it was. I think it was this one, The Great Outdoors. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is a 2003 VHS.
Yeah, the DVD came out at the same time as that.
Yes, originally.
Yeah, like At sometime in 2003, but anyway.
And this is printed on the 13th week of 2003, which means it was printed in April 2003, even though it came out in June of that year.
Yeah, the official release date for this release would have to have been June what?
June 3rd, 2003. That's just 1 week before Sony Wonder released Arthur's Tasty Treats and Arthur's Best Friends on VHS and DVD, as well as the DVD versions of Arthur Writes a Story and Arthur's Baby. Even though they could have put it out on June 10th of that year, which was the same day as that.
Yeah, I don't think Sony and Random House cooperated to release them on the same day.
All right. Next up, I have a title that I only have on DVD.
Oh yeah, that's that Elmo's World Christmas
Happy Holidays.
Yeah, I know you don't have The Street We Live On.
I do on DVD, but not on VHS.
Okay, I don't have The Street We Live On. I want to try that so bad because it's already a 20-year-old video. Elmo's World, The Street We Live On. But this one came out.
I apparently got this just in time for the 20th anniversary of Happy Holidays a couple of years ago.
So, well, this video originally came out in sometime
September 24th, 2002.
Yep, I know that because those Thomas releases. Well, two of them got a DVD release, but one of them released on both VHS and DVD at the same time. Luckily, I know them off the top of my head.
There's Jake Martin.
Oh,
up,
yes. Let's add him. This is the first time. Let's see what he's doing.
What's up, you two?
Hey, Jake Martin. Nice to see you, Jake Martin. Hope you're doing well. We're doing amazing. All right. Yep. As you're saying, you're showing Happy Holidays on just DVD. I don't have it on VHS quite yet. Or DVD.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm finally back to joining in Flickr streams since it's been years.
Yeah.
Exactly. 2 to be exact, I think. Or
Yeah. Yeah, it has been 2 years.
all right.
All
Yep, right now, me and Flickr right now are at Elmo's World releases. I think he just showed Happy Holidays. I'm about to show off. Well, Flickr's about to show another release, which comes before Opposites.
Here's Head to Toe with Elmo.
Yep, that was. Luckily, that's. I think I remember seeing.
VHS and DVD. It's a 2003 VHS. Oh, and I forgot to mention about Food, Water, and Exercise. At the end of the tape, it reads 2004 as the copyright date, even though it came out in 2005. This one is a 2003 VHS released on January 14th, but at the end of the tape, it reads 2002 as the copyright date for some reason.
That's kind of strange. Like I said, like how Dragon Tales Easiest 1, 2, 3 2003 VHS has 2002 copyright, but it's actually released in 2003.
Yes. And Head to Toe with Elmo is another that contains all 3 season 1 episodes that all have Bill Irwin as Mr. Noodle here, with the rather pale design. And this is printed on the 12th week of 2003, which means it was printed at the end of March of 2003.
Okay.
And
I know you.
I also have 2 DVD counterparts. One of them is the original DVD, and one of them is a reprint.
I mean, it's best to just have one of them. I don't know why you need 2 of them.
All right.
Like I said, I don't know why you have 2 DVD copies of Best of Thomas, Flicka, but you could just get rid of one of them.
Here is the original 2003 DVD from Sony Wonder.
I know that's the release Jake Martin's trying to get that, and so am I.
And here is the 2009 DVD reprint from Genius Products.
Yeah, just like how I'm never going near those Lionsgate reprints of Thomas. That's similar like that, with Genius Products re-releasing some earlier Elmo's releases, just like how Lionsgate or Universal re-releases an older Thomas release on DVD.
Yeah.
That's something similar, but anyway, I know I'm never getting the Universal re-releases of older Thomas DVDs. They are awful. Even though I want to find the 2008 normal slipcover of Thomas's Halloween Adventures and put it over my original 2006 DVD.
Now, here's something that Movie&GameLover98 and I can both have, and
that being opposites. Opposites. Released sometime in 2008.
Yes, in February of that year.
Yep, it released in between the Thomas releases, got onto DVD in 2008. Toss the Treasure came out in January of 2008, and 3 DVDs released in March 2008 after that.
It contains Up and Down, Open and Close, and Fast and Slow.
Yeah, I like how these puppeteered of Muppets of a rabbit and a turtle for the Fast and Slow.
Tortoise and Hare, yes.
Yeah, these two, because a rabbit's fast, but a tortoise is so slow.
Yes. Here is all right. The next release starts with P, which I know you probably have on DVD, but I have it on VHS.
You said it was the Pets release?
Yes.
Okay. I turned the DVD away just to make sure if this was right. Yeah, it has the rare VHS, but I have the common DVD counterpart, which is easier to get, in my personal opinion.
It contains
dogs, cats, and pets.
The one here is cats. But
dogs we can already watch in Babies, Dogs, and More, and pets we can already watch
in Birthdays, Games, and More, along with Elmo Explorers and.
Yeah. I know this released sometime in 2006 on VHS and DVD.
Came out on August 1st, 2006, and the print date is June 14th, 2006.
Yep, that VHS is so rare. I'm surprised this released almost up towards the last of VHS's lifespan, and I'm surprised this came out after Thomas stopped doing VHSs in 2006.
And next up is a release that Jake Martin and I both have on VHS together.
And it's a different. I think it also starts with P, but
I think it starts with S.
Oh, it's an S title.
Singing, Drawing, and More, which I have.
I need to get that on DVD so bad. Yeah.
And yeah.
Let's see if any of these
drawing and telephones.
Oh yeah, this one's got the telephones episode on it, but it's last. But I think in this one, Mr. Noodle acts very, very silly in telephone.
Yes.
Basically, I think like when it's a little like when we talked about the bananas one earlier, he pretends to use the banana as a telephone. I think he does the same thing in the telephone one, but I think he does something different in the telephone episode.
Something different, and telephones has Michael Jeter as Mr. Noodle's brother, Mr. Noodle, as well as singing, whereas drawing has Bill Irwin as the original Mr. Noodle.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to count which ones. Even though I like just the simple Mr. Noodle. But I think in the Families one, I definitely think it's both Mr. Noodles. In the Families one, Flicka, because it's strange in the Babies one, it's just Bill Irwin as the original Mr. Noodle. But in Families one, I think it's both Bill Irwin and Michael Jeter.
Yes. Same
Okay,
with games.
but Birthday's definitely just Mr. Noodle, the original with Bill Irwin.
Actually, birthdays and pets.
Okay,
have
Birthdays and Pet. Okay, both of those two. Okay. Well, I mean, Birthdays with a lot of things, but anyway, there's Jake Martin's copy, which is printed on. Let's see the numbers.
The 236th day of 2000.
Yep.
Yeah, mine has no print date, unfortunately.
But mine does.
Wow. And this is another tape that contains the prototype version of the Sesame Workshop logo with the green roof and blue house at the beginning, just like with flowers, bananas, and more.
Yeah. Okay. Now I'll say this for real, since I'm saying what's gonna be my very first Sesame Street VHS tape or Dragon Tales VHS tape, because they're both Sony in a way. Now I'll say this: we can work it out. It's gonna be my first Dragon Tales VHS I ever get, and Musical Celebration is gonna be my very first Sesame Street VHS. But for Elmo's World, that's gonna be tricky to figure that out. I want to. Oh, wait.
I have a title on both VHS and DVD. Springtime Fun.
Springtime Fun, yeah. I think that was the DVD. I think no. It was definitely at the time. I got them mixed up.
It came out at the same time.
Okay, well, I was just trying to say, like, I was gonna say this also to Jake Martin. I remember when Flicka showed this release earlier, Jake Martin. I remember seeing it was a 2006 reprint, but I decided I should leave it behind. That was not the original disc inside. I left it. Thankfully, I left it behind.
A similar thing happens with one of my DVD copies of Springtime Fun.
I think it was a different disc. That was from a different Sesame Street release.
It's from a different disc. But anyway, the episodes are Birds, Bikes, and Bugs, but Birds is actually the first, then comes Bugs, and then Bicycles is the last one.
I don't know. All three of those start with the letter B.
Label. And the print date is the 21st week of 2002.
Yeah, tell you what, I think in the Bugs one, Mr. Noodle would get so scared of him. Well, he just uses fake bugs. They're not real. But I think in the Birds one, I know when they do the jingle to end off the Elmo's World thing.
That means
I think this
was printed in June 2002, even though it came out in February.
Yeah, as I was saying, I know a lot of these things with Mr. Noodle being he's still in his predicament when the ending to Elmo's World's playing. I don't know. I think in the telephone one, Flick, I think he's still tied around. He's all tied up in the telephone, I think.
Yeah.
I'll have to watch all these again, because I can't even watch all these in a marathon, these Elmo's World episodes. But even though, yeah, I know you're not going to get this, Jake Martin, the Elmo Explorers DVD, and I know I told Flick I was sorry for showing him a reboot of Elmo's World, but luckily I told him there are some classic episodes in this DVD, if you were to get it.
Anyway, I have two different copies of Elmo's World Springtime Fun. And this of the DVD, at least. This one is a Warner Brothers reprint inside. And this one, on the other hand, is the original Sony Wonder DVD inside in a clear disc.
So annoying.
Yeah, this is what I did when I saw that Elmo's World DVD. I left it behind because it was that was not the right original disc inside. Luckily I left it behind, so that wasn't something I freaked out over. That way. But like I said, I know you'll never get this DVD, Jake Martin, because I know unfortunately it is the Elmo's World reboot, but you can watch these classic episodes on this DVD. Even though it has these three episodes you can watch in other releases already. But I guess it's cool to have this DVD just to have those classic episodes twice, I guess. Luckily, I was just explaining it without showing the DVD in the screen. Or actually, I think I know it also, Jake Martin. I think I should just get You'll Be Wiggling 2002 reissue VHS back, because I remember getting that as my first Wiggles VHS back in 2016 when I got Wiggles You'll Be Wiggling reprint VHS from 2002. Anyway.
And here's the DVD of The Street We Live On.
Yep. I still have to look for that.
Part of the 35th anniversary of Sesame Street. This is a TV version of the season 35 premiere. DVD version of the season 35 premiere.
Maybe I'll have to give this a shot. I mean, a lot of these I'll just... I think maybe I'll get that as my first Elmo's World VHS or DVD. I'm not quite sure. Well, probably just Elmo's World VHS, because I have so many Elmo's World DVDs as it is.
Here's the disc. And the last one I have on both VHS and DVD is all right. Wake Up with Elmo. This is the VHS version.
I do not have that yet.
Containing Sleeping, which is actually just called Sleep, Getting Dressed, and Brushing Teeth, which is just simply shortened to just being called Teeth.
Another instance of parts of a body, but just show up how to get up with Elmo. What this release is called, anyway.
I guess this could be another health-themed Elmo's World release.
Well, yeah, Getting Up is one of them, plus the Food, Water, and Exercise. Maybe I should just get the ones with exercising stuff on VHS, as well as the DVD counterparts.
Label.
Like I said, VHS is like the... Oh, sorry.
Printed on the 47th week of 2002, meaning it was printed sometime in November of that year, even though it came out in May.
Yep, but kind of a later reprint.
And there are some Elmo's World tapes or DVDs that have with 2 copies. I know VHS versions of Reach for the Sky exist, but I only have 2 DVD copies. And
one of them looks the same. Well, let's see what that one has first. I think some copies do come in a red case of Reach for the Sky. The DVD, to be exact, not the VHS.
Sky, Jumping, and School, but Jumping is the first episode, School is the second, and Sky is the last one.
I don't know why they messed that up, but anyway.
Disc, it's orange. And my other copy...
I think
it is the same.
Okay. I don't know why you need 2 of them, but okay. It's best to just get rid of one, or just in case one breaks, because just like how you have 2 copies of We Can Work It Out, Flicka, I don't... Well, even though it's best to just get rid of one, just see which one is more scratched, and, well, I mean, you wouldn't have to wait to give it to Jake Martin, your extra Reach for the Sky DVD, or the We Can Work It Out Dragon Tales DVD.
Here's one that is given. Here are the only Elmo's World releases that I have that are only given DVD releases and not VHS releases. Here's What Makes You Happy.
That one has, I think this one's got,
and then it repeats the singing and dancing episodes that were from previous releases.
Oh, yep, Jake Martin showed that, because I mean, it's got an episode we got in the previous release, but one of them is new.
The only one that's new is Friends.
The Friends episode I've never watched of Elmo's World, but almost kind of similar to saying the Friends sing-along song from Dragon Tales Let's Start a Band.
And that was the Genius Entertainment reprint. There also exists a early 2007 Sony Wonder reprint, and here's one that was one Elmo's World release that Warner Brothers put out exclusively. Let's Play Music.
Yes, indeed.
It says Ring a Bell, Fancy Fiddling, and Drumbeat, but the actual episodes are called Bells, Violins, and Drums.
Bells, Violins, Drums. Yeah, I know there's an Amazon sticker in the way. Oh.
And a disc.
Has Elmo and a particular instrument on there.
Elmo and a bell.
Okay, right, because it's got the Bells episode, right.
All right. Although the last release isn't technically an Elmo's World release, it contains an Elmo's World episode on here, but it's Elmo Visits the Firehouse. Which I have on DVD. 45 minutes. Disc.
Yep. Like I said, I don't put permanent marker on my discs because I don't do either this Flicko. I don't put labels on plastic labels.
I don't do that anymore because I am an adult now, and I used to do it when I was a child.
Yeah, this is what I basically do now. Don't ever put plastic sticker, like actual labels you put on boxes, or write with marker, because I'm scared that's going to mess up my discs. I don't do either of the two.
Well, for me, I still use a permanent marker to write my names on the artworks on my DVDs. But my DVD still works no matter what.
I know you'd like to do that, Jake Martin, but for me, I like to leave them alone, so that way my player doesn't starts to freak out.
My DVD player doesn't freak out.
I know it doesn't, but by the way, I'm still holding Sesame Street old school. They're still not.
Anyways, I have 2 copies of A Musical Celebration, celebrating its 25th anniversary. This is the Random House copy from 1993.
That's a cool one with the label in yellow. And another one that's
This is the Sony Wonder copy since 1996.
That's a different release. This is something I told Flicka, why do you need 2 copies of that? I mean, it's best to, I guess if one breaks, best to have another.
And I also have the VHS of the Musical Celebration, but I will show that later. But thanks for showing that off. But
No problem.
Ew, this one we don't talk about. I don't talk about that one.
But
I don't want to even.
Don't mind me owning that release. Plus, I want to have all my Sesame Street stuff, no matter what.
Why? A Bear in the Big Blue House VHS or DVD does the similar thing like that. So anyway.
But it's almost time to only show it off quickly, so.
At least it's got. I don't think this one has an Elmo's World episode in it. Nope. Okay, it's just instructional video to teach different children. Honestly.
Yeah.
I get that it can be a gross topic sometimes.
To say that word, but I'm just gonna and like whenever I show my whole media collection, I just when I get to that release, I just say the what. I'm not gonna even say that word. But anyway, let's see what next releases we're getting.
That pretty much wraps up all the Elmo's World releases.
Okay, well, at least and also stuff that also goes after Elmo's stuff too.
The only Sesame Street title that I have that starts with F is Fiesta.
Fiesta. Maybe this is an interesting to watch around the holiday of May 5th, Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, but this came out on February 3rd, 1998. But for some reason, on both this and Big Bird Gets Lost, they both read 1997 on the packaging, but at the end of the tape, it does say 1998 correctly.
Yep. That's a plus.
And this is another release where it has different CTW logos on the packaging and the label, because the packaging features the 97 logo with the semicircle, whereas the label features the 83 logo. But like Big Bird Gets Lost, I checked this tape. It does have the 97 CTW semicircle logo after the Sony Wonder logo.
Oh, wait. Yep.
Tape, there is no print date.
Yeah, I should have. I forgot to turn my camera off when you showed that. You know what? Elmo's release of Sesame Street Flicker. That was my fault. Anyway, that was all my fault. But anyway, let's keep on going.
But we will have to do that next time. But
we were just. I mean, this is just a special occasion. But I promise on the next one when we get to that, you know what release, I can either turn my camera facing the other way, or I could just turn my camera off completely. You know, I could just do that. I could just switch my camera the other way. Just like how Jake Martin's got his camera flipped. Because well, I mean, I can do it any way I like. Maybe one of these days I'll still talk. I'll still join your stream slick about turn my camera the other way, just in case.
Here is the Great Numbers game.
Yep, Great Numbers game.
I have on both VHS and DVD. This is the original 1998 VHS. And here is the label. It's got black reels.
Must mean that's a reprint.
Oh,
because black reels.
It's printed on the 23rd week of 2003, even though it's a 1998 VHS.
I'm surprised, like black. Oh, sorry.
However, I checked this tape. The CTW semicircle logo is completely intact, as well as the Sesame Street home video logo with the word CTW on top of the sign, so it's not plastered despite it being a reprint. And here is the DVD from 2001. There it is. Just like the Alphabet Jungle game, this is another DVD where the Sesame Workshop logo is not shown at all, and the CTW semicircle logo is shown twice. First time it appears before the menu is shown. Second time it appears after the previews, which are the same as the 98 VHS.
Yeah, and also I'll just bring this up, Flick. I think I should just put my disc to my James Stewart Balloon DVD of Thomas, the one where balloon is only misspelled incorrectly on just the disc, but everywhere else it's spelled correctly, the word balloon. Maybe I'll just put that disc back into my original copy, because at least it works. Even if it has the error where balloon only has one L on it, but it's got the shiny thing on it, I'll just put it back. Well, eventually, not right now, but I'll just do it eventually later.
Here is another one that I have on both VHS and DVD. Here is Kids' Favorite Songs.
A sing-along release, kind of like with like it's brought up with so much with trackside tunes and sing-along stories and songs from the station of Thomas.
This is the 1999 VHS.
I think this VHS might have came out the same time that the More Barney Songs VHS came out.
Oh, this came out on March 9th, 1999 on VHS.
Well, I know that because I know More Barney Songs released the same year as that release. Yes, but I just don't know the date. I mean, Jake Martin would probably know better where More Barney Songs originally came out. But anyway, that's printed on the 137th day of 1999. I just saw
the
it.
137th day of 1999 is the print date. So yes, because it has a 1999 reprint, it plays like the original 99 VHS. And it has the CTW semicircle logo and the Sesame Street home video logo with the word CTW on top of the sign completely intact. And I also have the DVD counterpart from 2001 right here.
I don't know why they didn't just release this on the same day as the VHS. Or at least I bring up both Barney Songs and More Barney Songs, or even like as many as Wiggles releases as I could imagine. With
yes. And here's the disc. Now, what's interesting is that when you pop the DVD into a player, it shows the Children's Television Workshop semicircle logo before the menu, but after you push the play button and after the Sony Wonder logo appears a second time, this time we get the Sesame Workshop logo with the red roof and purple house, and then the Sesame Street home video logo with the words 1, 2, 3 added at the top, meaning it plays like the Sesame Workshop VHS reprint.
That's kind of
Sorry.
strange. Oh, what was that?
Sorry for me yawning. I know it's going to take us a while to finish. But anyway, but what were you saying, Jake Martin? Say it again.
It's strange to have both the CTW logo and the Sesame Workshop logo on kids' favorite songs. If you get the Sony Wonder copy.
Yeah, on the DVD copy, at least. Some copies of Kids' Favorite Songs 2, which is a 2001 direct-to-video release,
Which
also have the CTW semicircle logo before the menu, even though it came out in 2001 as a direct-to-video release. Yes, I reviewed Elmo's World DVDs and VHS tapes earlier.
Kids' Favorite Songs too. We should actually get all these things on VHS and DVD together, but I will never get the Blockbuster sampler that has trackside tunes and sing-along and stories all in one tape. I'll probably just pass on that one.
But this is the VHS of Kids' Favorite Songs 2.
I wish they would release those in a double pack on DVD. That would have been kind of cool. Like I said that Thomas's Magical Musical Ride Blockbuster exclusive VHS tape. Even though none of us live in that state, I know the name of it. I just don't want to say it out loud. Though it has one remaining Blockbuster.
Here's the tape, and it is printed on the 48th week of 2002, even though it's a 2001 VHS. So it's a 2002 reprint. Two of the songs on this are also from Elmo's World segments. The Ants Go Marching originally came from the Bugs episode, and the Itsy Bitsy Spider originally came from the Singing episode.
You said about the Itsy Bitsy Spider, because I mean, like, they use I know you and I have Thomas's Halloween Adventures Flicka, but Jake Martin is still on the hunt for that. Oh, yeah, DVD release of Kids' Favorite Songs 2.
Yes.
I know
I
that one
had a
got.
childhood copy of this that opened with the CTW logo before the menu, but this is a later copy which has the Sesame Workshop logo appearing twice.
I guess it's appropriate since you don't get it. It's called Kids' Favorite Songs 2, and they show this logo twice.
Yeah. And here's the disc. It is red. This is this is a pre-2004 release where the discs are colored. Some pre-2004 releases are colored, but not all of them. And oh, yeah, and now we get into.
Oh, okay. Let's see what the next release is going to be. I was going to say something, but anyway.
Yeah, sometimes if there's like more than 2 people in the stream, it can cause, like some technical difficulties to happen, but we can chat on Instagram tomorrow and MRKP 2003.
Well, at least I'm pleased it's not echoing, thank God.
Yes.
It's just your thing. It just runs a little slow. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Well, at least with Jake Martin, it's not causing my thing to echo, thank God. That's what I'm pleased about.
Here is Learning About Letters. This is a 1996 VHS reprint, and it was originally released in 1986 by Random House Home Video. The label, that is supposed to be Cookie Monster there, but there is no print date on this, and some copies of this tape have the CTW logo, and there are some VHS copies from Sony Wonder that skip it. My copy skips it and goes right to the My Sesame Street Home Video logo after the Sony Wonder logo.
Yeah, since I've had nothing else to show. Well, actually, I need to explain it, yeah. I know if you get the DVD versions of James Red Balloon and Percy's Chocolate Crunch soon, Jake Martin, I know your James Red Balloon will be the same as mine, where Balloon is still misspelled with one L on the DVD release. Well, I know Flick has copies like that, too. His James Red Balloon is unfortunately misspelled with one L on the disc.
Here is Learning About Numbers, also originally released in 1986. And this is another, just like Learning About Letters, that was originally part of the My Sesame Street Home Video lineup and originally released by Random House Home Video. There's Cookie Monster and in the label, and of course, the Learning About Letters tape, after the FBI warning, my copy is the Sony Wonder logo, and then goes right to the My Sesame Street Home Video logo with the harmonica theme, and Cookie Monster goes delicious. But for Learning About Numbers, after the Sony Wonder logo, it goes to the 83 CTW logo with electronic synth sounds, and then the My Sesame Street Home Video logo again with the harmonica theme. And I think both of them close with the last few seconds of the program and the end credits with an illustration of Cookie Monster holding a piece of chalkboard or something.
Yeah, a chalkboard.
Anyway,
Just turning my camera around Flicka since I don't have anything else to show right now. Don't mind the mess of my clothes hanging all over the place. I guess that's just to show you an overview of my shelf since I don't have anything else to show right now.
here is Learning to Share. 1996 VHS. Part of the Kids Guide to Life series. This is the first video in the Kids Guide to Life series.
There's my shelf right there.
And here's the tape. And the print date on my copy of Learning to Share is printed on September 1st, 2005, even though it's a 1996 VHS.
Oh,
So
that's
this is
interesting.
a very late reprint. However, I checked this DVD or checked this VHS after the Sony Wonder logo, the 1983 Children's Television Workshop, and 1986 My Sesame Street Home Video logos are left intact. The CTW logo is not plastered, despite being a reprint.
That's interesting.
And here's a release that I found to be kind of an oddball because it
What is it?
a VHS that came out in 1999, but original copies did not have the CTW semicircle logo on there, apparently, because the original copies of Let's Eat Funny Food Songs surprisingly had the 83 CTW Sparks logo with electronic synth sounds make a surprise appearance, but it's Let's Eat Funny Food Songs, a 1999 VHS, and this is the CTW case, but inside is a Sesame Workshop reprint. It says 1990. It came out in 1999, although the packaging says 1998, apparently. Label, and there's no print date.
I'm just panning around my closet, Flicka, because there's nothing else for me to show right now. This is what I should do when I have nothing else to talk about, or I just wanted to show you. Yeah, but I'll just get back to facing my face in just a minute. There's all my VHS tapes right there.
All right. Next up, I have Let's Make Music. And that came out on VHS on July 18th, 2000. Just 10 days before I was born. And the packaging and the label have the CTW semicircle logo, but it's actually the first release to be under the Sesame Workshop name. And a label. And the print date is the 165th day of 2000.
Yep.
And because of this, it contained There are two different copies of Let's Make Music. One contains the prototype version of the Sesame Workshop logo with the green roof and blue house and breathy chime tune. And another copy has the regular Sesame Workshop logo with the red roof and purple house. My copy contains the prototype version. Just like Elmo's World Singing, Drawing, and More, and Elmo's World Flowers, Bananas, and More have.
Okay. I think that's enough of me showing my stuff, guys. I'm going to go back to my face again.
All right. I know Jake Martin showed this earlier, but...
Okay,
But
at least there's something...
also have different copies of A Musical Celebration, but one is a VHS and one is a DVD. Here is the Sony Wonder VHS from 1996. And... label.
Still getting close for me to show old school eventually on DVD.
And the print date is the 54th day of 1999, even though it's a 1996 VHS.
Yeah, my copy doesn't have a print date, fortunately.
And now, here is the 1997 DVD.
I really want to get that.
I got this DVD because the 1996 VHS does not work.
Yeah, there was a problem with the tape. That's a good thing you got the DVD version.
Well, for my VHS tape of A Musical Celebration from '96, it still plays no matter what.
And now, what's cool about this DVD copy is that the packaging features the 83 CTW logo, but if you look at the disc art, it shows the semicircle CTW logo on the disc art. But I checked this DVD. It does have the 83 CTW Sparks logo, but it has the bells clanging version, just like on the Best of Elmo and on the DVD of Duty Alphabet as well. Even though the 96 VHS and 93 VHS have the electronic synth sounds in that logo. But, all right. Now, I have nothing that starts with N, so...
Does this mean... I think this means, Flick, I can show Sesame Street Old School?
Old School.
Yes, Volume 1. This is a 2006 Sony Wonder release.
Which I also have.
Oh, nice. You have that. I think yours is just missing the sleeve thing. This thing.
It is not missing the sleeve.
Oh, okay. It does have the sleeve. Crap, my bad.
You're fine.
By the way, yep. I think we identically look the same, but I think the only difference, I think Flicka's might have the insert. Mine does not have the pamphlet, sadly.
But mine does.
Yeah, you show the insert. Well, I do like these old school photos, I will admit. These look cool. Yep, it's got the old style Sesame Street logo where it says CT.
Stacked on top of each other, kind of like my Flintstones and Looney Tunes DVDs from 2006 have.
Yeah, mine's got a little rip on here. I'm probably just going to replace it.
This is the only old school volume that I have.
There's also 2 and 3.
not that far off into finishing showing off Sesame Street releases now.
Yeah, I think there's nothing else for me to show either, Flicka. Neither does Jake Martin, so I'll probably just be facing.
Well, I have my Sesame Street DVDs.
Oh, that's right. He has to show his TV episode sets eventually soon.
Yes.
Which I also have.
I need to get those, like, with obvious reasons.
Next up, I have Put Down the Ducky, an all-star musical special, the original 1994 Random House home video VHS release. Even though the special was from 1988.
Well, for the 5th anniversary 93, they could have just put that on VHS.
But it was released on August 30th of 1994.
I mean, this video is already so many decades old. Well, the release... Well, when this originally came out on television...
30 years old.
Yeah, well, it's exactly 36 years old to be... Well, the VHS is already 30. Whereas in the actual thing, when it aired on television, it's already 36.
And here's the tape. There's no print date. This uses the bells clanging version of the CTW Sparks logo, just like on the Best of Elmo, Sesame Street Celebrates Around the World, and the DVD of Do the Alphabet, right after the Random House home video logo was shown here. And now, the only S, or I have a few S titles. Here's Sesame Sings Karaoke 2003 VHS. And I'm pretty sure, I think Jake Martin has that VHS as well.
No, I don't.
I don't either. Neither do I. Oh, yeah. Well, I was just trying to think of what to say. I mean, next time if Jake Martin does a stream, I will want to join his please. Well, as long as it's not an update video, but just an ordinary stream.
And this combines street scenes from the season 34 premiere. It's 41 minutes long. This one is not colored.
Well, at least that's something.
Oh, it's also printed on the 23rd week of 2003, which is the same print date as my 1998 VHS of the Great Numbers game, I believe. And here is Sesame Street Warner Brothers release.
Another.
Sing It Elmo from 2016. Bonus features include the Elmo Slide music video and Elmo's World singing episode, and this combines street scenes. This combines episodes 4046 and 4067 on one DVD.
I'll have to get. Maybe I should get that DVD. Also, I think there's an Elmo's World episodes in those too.
Yeah, it contains the music and the families episodes for episodes 4046 and 4067. So that means I have the music episode twice already on DVD. And I also have Families on. And now the 1997 VHS of Kid's Guide to Life, Telling the Truth.
Getting close to the end, by the way. It was telling the truth. Another thing to teach kids is to always tell the truth.
The second video in the Kid's Guide to Life series. And
Oh, it's the second one, yeah.
the first one was Learning to Share, and the third and final is Big Bird Gets Lost. Label. And there is no print date. And now we get into the TV episode Fun Pack volumes.
Oh, yeah. Do you have to show those off yet? Oh, bless you.
Thanks. Here is volume 1 of the TV episode Fun Pack volumes.
Which I have it right there.
It obviously contains Furry Red Monster Parade and Letter of the Month Club, which are episodes from season 35, episodes 4062 and 4074, respectively. And the Elmo's World segments used are Male for Letter of the Month Club and Feet for Furry Red Monster Parade. And there are the discs for this one is for Letter of the Month Club.
The fudge? How'd that tray come loose?
And here's Furry Red Monster Parade.
Not yours, Jake Martin. I'm asking Flicko, how did his tray thing just come loose like that?
I don't know. It probably got pretty old.
You should probably get another case for that. This is why you gotta be a little careful with these kinds of DVD cases.
Yeah, just like I'm careful with DVDs that have trays.
Especially those ones like... Yeah. You'll never also believe this, Flicka. I saw a Thomas Best of James with the CD sampler on eBay, but $150 for that? Dude! What on earth?
Lord.
Why would I just do that when I would pay something rare like $20 to $30 for something rare like that?
Here is Volume 2. The front cover may not be in the greatest of condition, but the back cover is great.
Mine's in good condition.
But if you notice, my DVD copy is in a slightly different case. This one has is in a thinner.
Well, mine is in
so it's not
this.
as thick.
Well, mine is in a thick case. Just show you. Yeah, with trays. So
That's almost laid out the same way as the Back to the Future 2002 DVD release. Not the 2015 version in slimmer packaging, but I'm talking about the 2002
Mine
simple
has
DVD.
Abby Cadabby Moves to Sesame Street over here on the left side, and Elmo and the Seven Dwarfs on the right. And then Elmo and Zoe's Scientific Exploration is shown when you open the case off, and it's shown on the right.
I don't know what that blank spot's for, but anyway.
Well, here's the first disc that has Abby Cadabby Moves to Sesame Street, and if I open this up, it has 2. Oh crap! Gotta put this back.
Oh, now that one broke. Fudge.
Well, it might have came loose, so let me hold on.
Uh-oh.
All right, I got it back in. I gotta be careful not to let the tray come loose. And here are the last 2 discs. So,
all right. Now, as for the Elmo's World segments that are shown here, Friends is shown on disc 1, which is Abby Cadabby Moves to Sesame Street. Penguins is shown
favorite episode.
on disc 2, which is Elmo and the Seven Dwarfs, and Flowers, Plants, and Trees is on Elmo and Zoe's Scientific Exploration. And
yeah, there's the box set that you didn't show earlier. Well, Jake Martin wasn't in earlier flick of the 40 Years of Sunny Days 2-disc set. Well,
yeah, and here's Christmas Eve on Sesame Street, the Sony Wonder copy from 2002. Here's a musical celebration, which is the Genius Entertainment copy. And what's different about the Sony Wonder copy of a musical celebration? It does not have a menu after the program's over. Well, for this one does have a menu.
Well, maybe there's a reason I should get that one because it's got menu. Unlike all the Thomas. Yeah.
Although Sony Wonder could have reprinted it on DVD again in like maybe 1999 to add a menu, but that didn't happen. Here's what's the name of that song.
Getting closer. I'll show what's the name of the song.
Now, what's interesting is that the DVD is inside of a book.
A book? I've never seen like those.
Yeah,
like
flip the
Oh,
pages.
my word.
Never seen a DVD like that before.
And the disc is right here. This was also released to celebrate the 35th anniversary of Sesame Street in 2004. And I have, you know what? There's an Elmo's World title that I have that starts with W that I'm going to show right here, which is Wild Wild West.
Not to be confused with the Will Smith movie from Warner Brothers.
Yes.
I didn't know it was to be confused with the Will Smith movie. After that,
And this is from 2001, but it looks like it was made during season 33 of Sesame Street because the Elmo's World design here in this special is from the 4th season of the segment during season 33, which aired on PBS in early 2002, even though this is a 2001 VHS. Here is the disc. And now the very last Sesame Street release that I have. is none other than the 1997 VHS of William Wegman's Mother Goose. Featuring William Wegman's dogs. And released on September 2nd, 1997. This is the very first release to feature the more familiar Sesame Street home video and audio trailer that I grew up with. And the announcer says, if your kids like to work out, have we gotten a personal trainer? Like that.
Yep.
And there's a funny part of the trailer where Zoe's like, I'll only play with it for a minute. And then Elmo is like, no, Zoe. Here's the tape. Print date is the 266th day of 1997. And
I think that means
there you have it.
we're done. Huh.
Yeah.
There you have it.
Huh?
Our entire Sesame Street home media collection is finished. And stay tuned when I join one of Movie&GameLover98 streams on November 25th.
Yep, that being like I said, chat stream on Monday at 6:45 p.m. And of course the Hangout stream on the 29th Friday at 7:15 p.m.
Yes.
Well, okay. I'll go ahead and go, Flicka. Thanks for having me on tonight, and as well, I'll see you as well, Jake Martin. Hopefully, you join my streams on Monday and Friday as well, please.
Yeah, and here's the rest of Sesame Street I have. And I think that's it for now. And yeah, I'm just showing the spines instead of the front cover, so.
Well, I mean, yeah. As I was saying, yeah, I'll just go ahead and. Yep. I'll see you guys. Keep an eye out. Hopefully, join my streams on Monday and Friday. Monday one at 6:45 chatting, and Hangout one at 7:15 p.m. on Friday the 29th.
And
Yep, so that's all my Sesame Street VHS tapes. Well, I only have 3, and my Sesame Street DVDs.
Yep.
Especially the new ones. Love the Earth and P is for Princess. Yep, that's that. So I'm gonna go put these away. So I'll see you later, Flickalova 2000 returns.
all right, and I'll see you later again, Jake Martin. Thanks for having me on, or thanks for joining my stream for the very first time since a couple of years.
Yep. Farewell.
Farewell. And this concludes the Sesame Street Home Media Collection stream, and I will see you later.